Hello, this is my presentation of my online portfolio for educational technology. This is my homepage, just the introduction to tell what this site is about. And then I included an about page. And just in this page, I just kind of summarized how I got to OSU and in the EdTech program. And then I linked to my school website through this picture, or my current school website, and then this where I just got my bachelor's degree. And then I included my resume, just pretty simple. Then my next tab is my goals, it was really interesting to go back and read over what I had initially written and kind of just where I've come since then. And my outlook on everything pretty much was the same and consistent with where I began, but just a whole lot more direction, I guess, would be, now that I'm almost done. And then my favorite part is the list of artifacts. And as I was doing this, I know that we created a ton of activities and artifacts, but I wanted to choose the ones that were the most meaningful to me. I did a little reflection and thinking back and looking at all the things that we did, and I had some that just popped in my mind that were my favorite, and I also felt that I learned the most from them. So the first one is a Prezi, and this assignment was just to create a presentation about a topic, and I really liked throughout the program that, this is kind of a sidebar, but I liked that we were able to create things on topics of our choice almost on all the assignments, which was just really beneficial for me because I made things that I could use. And so this was something that I created and used on another assignment that I'll show on here too. And I think they were just really good because I could use them, but also the Prezi, although it's a simple activity, now, at the time when I made this, it was really eye-opening for me because I was not familiar with all the different digital media options that, I was using Keynote exclusively. So it was exciting to see all the digital media that we could use and what was available to us now. And then my next one is my favorite, was when we were to create a website. And never did I think that this would be something that I could just do easily. I have a web page for my school website, but it actually seemed very difficult to create, and it's super simple, but this was, and I linked to it through this photo. This was near and dear to my heart, so that made it, even better. But I learned so much through the creation of it, just the steps to create a website, but also how to present materials and how to, get across what you want to get across. I learned a lot for me producing something, but also as a teacher to help my students, keep an eye open for what's appealing in a website and how to get information across, because this is definitely a way that we learn now. I visit blogs and websites and web pages and everything constantly. I mean, every day. This is a way that I get information. And as a teacher too, personally and professionally, I mean, I find tons of lesson plans and activities and all of that through websites and web pages. So I think it's a really good thing to have conquered how to create this, and that, you know, it can be a very useful tool in the classroom, as using it as a teacher, but then also teaching students how to create as well. And then this next one I just recently did in my last class, where we created, Dr. Stansberry created a Google Plus community, and then at the end of the course we collected all of this information and made it into a professional learning community, which are by far my favorite things as a teacher. And we just got to contribute what we thought would be helpful to other teachers, to people using digital media in many different ways. And for me, I chose to have lesson plans because as a teacher there's all these options of things that you can use, and you know, someone teaches you or shows you these cool things, and then you just kind of get bogged down because there's, you know, 100 things that all do the same thing essentially, but, you know, just goes about it in different ways. So as a new teacher using digital media, I would want to have a ready-made lesson plan that has already tested this application and know that it works and it's teacher and student friendly, and here's a lesson plan that goes along with it. So I chose to create lesson plans using these, and I did about 15 lesson plans, but I just kind of included my favorite ones on my portfolio. But if you click on it for Instagrok, it'll take you to the lesson plan that has the objectives, the technology goal, the materials that you'll need, the procedures, key statements, questions, and then an extension. And they're all set up the same way, and they're not big, huge lesson plans. They're simple and easy and to the point, and they are very flexible. You can, you know, kind of, depending on, this one would be is for older students, but you could, you know, gear it towards younger on most of them, or gear them up towards older. So I really enjoyed this, and this is something that is added to my professional tool belt of things that I want to share and use with people at my school, and definitely use in my classroom. And all of these are things that I learned in this course. I have not used any of these in my classroom yet. So it's very exciting to me to kind of already built this little, I guess, set of lessons that I can use in my classroom. And then this is one of my other favorites, was to develop a online course. This was just, and this is just a link to the document of the actual online course. This was just fantastic to me. It was a great learning opportunity because I got to see both perspectives as a learner and someone taking a professional development online course, because I made this geared towards my actual school, and then also being the designer and knowing, you know, all the steps needed to design something that will be meaningful and meet the learning outcomes. So that was something that I want to actually share with my superintendent, to see if we could get something like this. I know that there's so many people at my school that would be super interested in something like this. And then lastly, I put in a lit review that we did, which I chose to do, the impact of technology on academic achievement on financially disadvantaged students. This was one of the first things I did in the course, and it kind of just set my focus. I mean, it was the focus as I work in an impoverished school, or serves an impoverished community, and is near and dear to me, and I wanted to, do everything I could to fix or help that population integrating technology. So it was very informative, and I kind of just went over that. My favorite part of the literature review is, and throughout the program, was how everything was research based, and that there's so much research to back up everything. I think that we have to have that as teachers and educators in implementing technology. We need to run, case studies and do all this research to make sure what we're doing is impacting, and to share and collaborate with each other, for the common good of the innovation movement. So I just really enjoyed. It was interesting and also very beneficial for just everything. Every part of the research that we did for the program was very beneficial. And then my reflective essay was just that. It was very good to sit back and think of all that we've done, all that we've created, and the purpose and where I went with it, what I got from it, and where I'm going to go with it. So that was a really eye-opening procedure, and a kind of a culminating activity of really kind of gave me that reflective closure to the whole program. So I enjoyed that. I created just a simple contact page, and then lastly I made a resource, just a link to a Pinterest board that, oh man, I'm just obsessed with it as a teacher or as a person. And I just put in some of just my favorite pins that I go to. I have boards for reading and math, and through this program I've created an EdTech one, and just had a link to a lot of good resources. So that is my online portfolio, and I'm very proud of the work that I've put into this, and all the work through the program. I feel like I've just learned so much, and I'm just so excited to go share it, with everybody. So I want to continue to keep my portfolio open and just keep adding to it. It's just a wonderful resource to have, on my side. So that is it. Thank you.